My name is Lizzie. Each fortnight I'm bringing along a different origami fold, and that's to encourage you to take some time out for your well-being. And when you get focused, you'll find everything else disappears. So it's coming up towards Halloween now, and I was really keen to share a few spooky folds. Get in touch with your playful side. It doesn't matter what age you are. I don't know about you, but Halloween always makes me smile somehow. So I'm bringing along a couple of lovely folds. A witch's hat decoration, which would fit very nicely as a decoration, and it will sort of, it's got a little flap at the back, which means it can stand up by itself, and also a brilliant jumping frog, which I'll demonstrate in just a moment, but it does jump, which is a traditional fold. And the hat comes from Peter Buchan-Symons, and he's been creating these wonderful seasonal collections. There's also spring and summer and winter as well, festive collection, but this is his autumn collection, which I've been testing out. Many thanks to Peter for letting me share your designs. So this is his witch's hat, which is incredibly simple, but it's just so effective. I love how much it seems to convey Halloween, and the frog's a lot of fun. I have done another traditional frog. There's quite a few. They're the same principles, but this is really nice. It's almost like a little jack-in-the-box. So just so that you can see first of all how this frog works, it really works very well indeed. It has a nice little spring. I recommend actually for both of these doing them quite small. I found works better than big ones, but as you can see, it works very well. So how to make these, it's a bit hard to see, isn't it? But hopefully this will cheer up your Halloween. So the first one is a hat, witch's hat, and it's lovely and simple from Peter. So I think actually, because both I think benefit from being smaller, I think they'll work better. The paper hat will stand up a little bit better, and I think looks a bit cuter. And the same, the frog, I find is a lot more effective when I've made them smaller than bigger. So there's something in the paper that works better this way. So I'm actually going to take, I've got an A5 piece of paper, so I took an A4 piece of paper and halved it. I'm going to take my A5 piece of paper and I'm going to halve that. So I'm going to make a frog from one half and the hat from the other. So a good strong fold means I can then divide the paper just with a tear. Little tear there, and I'm going to put my hand close to the edge, and I'm going to make two squares, take a corner, one will become a frog and one will become a hat. I hope this will be a nice thing. Maybe if you are involved in half term, maybe this could be something fun for those holidays. Turning it round, lifting up the flap and squashing it down like so. Good strong fold. I'm going to make sure that's all right. And again, you should be able to do a little nick and tear that off. Oh dear, where did that come from? So I've done one square and I'm going to do a second square now. So taking corner, lining it up. So we'll do the witch's hat first, which is the simplest one. I think very effective. And removing that. There we go. A little tiny nick. And tear that off. So I'm going to put aside one of the squares, which will become the frog. So for this one, which will be the hat, I'm going to really quickly just give it a quick bit of colour. So maybe if you have some origami paper with black, definitely one to use. Felt tips, you could make it look a lot punchier. So with your paper, turn to the right side, and we're simply going to take the side and fold it to the middle line. As I said, I love the simplicity of this one that Peter's designed, and it just feels so nice. There we go. So I took the side and taking the other side and lining that up along the middle. It's almost like a very simple painting, but it conveys so much. It just feels just right. There we can already see that the hat's forming. So taking this bottom corner and just bringing this up like so. And actually this will end up being a nice little stand for the hat. And now turning to the back. And we're going to take this bottom edge and fold it about there. It's a bit of a guesstimate, but just folding it up. So we had the lovely edge to the hat, and I think just that line is just so nice. That is it. That is your hat. It is that simple. And if you turn to the back, you can see there's a little flap which could help it stand up. Maybe also you can just gently curve it a little bit too. It's got a little bit more body there. And let's see if this will stand up. There you go. So it stands up as a really nice little decoration. Obviously, I would recommend doing it more black. I've just lightly coloured it so that you can see what I'm doing. But that's a really nice decoration. So that's your witch's hat. The next one is a traditional frog. As I said, there are various different frogs, and this is the traditional frog here. But I really like, and as I said, I'd do it smaller. It jumps very well. I found the real crucial step is the final fold at the back to be sticking out. I find that's important. So let's get folding that one as well. So the jumping frog to accompany the witch's hat. So if you have origami paper, of course green seems like the obvious colour. I've just made my own square, so again I'm going to turn it over so you can see which side should be which. So again this would be the green side. I'll just very quickly shade it, but either use coloured paper, maybe green paper, or you could use felt tips, or you can keep it plain. It's up to you. It's not really right or wrong. So it's green on one side, white on the other. So on the white side, you're going to just fold it in half to make a rectangle. So folding it in half, like so. There we go, so it looks like a card now. And we're going to fold it in half again, so bringing this top edge down to the bottom, like so. And at the moment, again, it would be like a card, it would stand up there. And I just want you to take this edge at the bottom and just bring it up to the top, dividing it up like so. That's it. And now if you undo that, and actually we're going to undo it all, so it's back to a long strip. And what we're going to do is we're going to do like a cross at this end, which will help form the legs. So I'm going to take this corner and bring it down to there. So taking this and I'm lining it up, squashing it like so. And then undoing it, and then I'm going to add the other cross. So I'm going to take this end and lining it up there. Like so, and then undoing it, and can you see there's like a nice little cross. Now with the lines that you've already made before, you should be able to squash it down like so. So it looks like a little triangle at the top. And next we're going to make the front legs. So these little front ones are going to go up, get them sticking out above the edge because you want those little feet to be sticking out. And then the same with the other one. There we go. And like so. It looks also a bit like a little samurai hat too. Our next step is to take the outside, the side bit, and we're going to fold it towards the middle. It probably won't go all the way, but I found it best to have it fairly close to the middle. So like this, is giving a nice, many layers. It makes it a bit stronger too. Again, the outside to the middle. So if you can get it fairly close to the middle, that's what I found is quite good. It may not be totally, it will still work. Okay, so we're going to leave behind a little body. So we're going to do a fold upwards around there. So around that point. And really all we're going to do next is go back and forth a bit. And I still haven't decided how many folds to add. But I found that the crucial thing is to leave this bit, the final bit, so it sticks backwards rather than inwards, or it doesn't seem to bounce very well. So how are we going to do this? I will simply fold it back and forth a few times. So I'm going to take this. You could just do it once. That would probably be a bit minimal. We can do a bit more than that. So I am going to fold it up, zigzag it a bit. Oh, but the crucial thing is to make sure that you leave it so that the very final one very final step is, so I'm just going a bit of a zigzag. It's a bit made up as I go along. Make it up as you go along too. And my very final one. Also, actually with this, don't squash too hard because you want the spring left in. But can you see that very final step? It folds back that way, so it's sticking out rather than that way. So it sticks out that way. So it's more like the legs that they point back. I'm afraid it's only by doing it that you'll discover. But you can see that final step is for it to come back. So all I've done is I've gone backwards and forwards a bit. And hopefully what you can do is press down and it will jump. Like so. As I said, I think smaller frogs work better with the paper. So pushing it down and trying not to have done those folds too tight. Hopefully you'll have a lovely jumping frog and a witch's hat. And I hope that will contribute to those cosy feelings of a little bit of fun around Halloween. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you.